All right, guys, morning, day 3. Got a little bit of wind out here. We're gonna try it. It could be too much, but at least we'll get to Rogers City. It's about 20 miles next marina. So Mike's up front, putting water in the boat and putting the buoys away. We're possibly, if the weather lets us, we're gonna go all the way to Mackinac City, but it's the weather up here is very, very tricky. Lola's getting awful brave.
Lola.
What are you doing, baby? Mike's getting the power cord off, and then we take these 2 lines off. One's pushing me into the dock. So I'll just thrust over and take off. Well, you forgot to... This is shallow coming out of this marina.
I remember you said it's shallow going in.
It is. Beautiful morning out here. For anybody doing the math, we got fuel yesterday. We burned 275 gallons and we went 375 gallons and we went 265 miles. So we get about 3/4 of a mile to the gallon, which is not bad for a speedboat. For a go fast. We'd like to see that 1 mile to the gallon, but I think we'd have to slow it way down, and I think we're too heavy. What was the name of this marina? Pretty, but man, there's nothing here, is there? There's a pizza joint. Mike can sniff out a pizza joint and an ice cream shop. There's a ship out there too. That's a big ship.
She went so I had to situate myself. I really didn't have to feel like I can't believe I went back. It's like, I evidently dreamed again that the Lord when it was time to get up. I got up, got looking at the phone. I got up, went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth,
Last night? This morning?
3:15.
Oh, wow.
3:15.
Wow.
Then I had to figure out a way to lie down again.
I just did the math on the fuel burn, and it's 0.84. So we officially went 282 miles on 375 gallons of fuel. And if you divide that, we got 0.84. So we burned 0.84. Our miles per gallon is 0.8 miles for every gallon of fuel we burn. Does that make sense? I butchered that up pretty bad, didn't I, Mike? Instead of getting 1 mile to the gallon, we get a little less than that. Today we're gonna try. We're gonna pass Rogers City, and then we're gonna try and make it over to Mackinac Island, City Island, which is about 70 miles. The wind is supposed to really pick up off of our port side here. See how the weather does. But these are not bad conditions at all. And that wind is howling pretty good, Pam. But because we're hugging the shoreline, if you get out there about another mile out in that, these waves would be twice what they are here. We wouldn't be able to move.
This is okay now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's smoother than it was yesterday in the end of the ride.
Way smoother than the day before yesterday.
Yeah, the day before yesterday was miserable. see Roger City up there too now. I would have liked to have got to Roger yesterday, but guys, one thing I want to talk about this morning as we're heading over to Mackinac Island here in Lake Michigan on this 4788 is this boat does not have a chart plotter. They took out, they had a computer over here and it was connected to the chart plotter, but I guess the old owner took it out. So we're running strictly on iPads. And having that Garmin GPS antenna, it has been nice, but I don't recommend it running without some type of a GPS mounted chart plotter, for the simple fact of what happened to us in the Detroit River, because these things lose signal because they're like cell service signal, and the GPS, the antenna isn't very strong in here. And so you'll lose your signal once in a while. I think with this external antenna it will help a lot, but especially out in the ocean, you guys see me use these iPads a lot, but every boat I've owned and every boat I've had, I've always had a chart plotter with a GPS antenna on it, so that I have two different sources of information that I'm processing all the time. This boat doesn't have it, but what I do have is two iPads, and they're set up a little bit differently, you can see here, and I get different information from both of them all the time, and so then I have to process that information. You guys see all the water on the windshield, but it's actually pretty nice out here today compared to a couple days ago. It's just the wind blowing the water up on the side of the boat. Look, we're passing another. That looks like a 4788 right there. That's cool. Hey, I rerouted us around the corner here to. There's a friend of mine that's at one of these marinas around the corner, and I'll call later on and see. Since I have that sailing thing here at Mackinac, we'll get up around the corner, and it puts us right at 100 miles for today, so that's good. Yeah, you see something different too besides Mackinac. You know what I'm saying? You guys have already been there, so. But it all depends on that weather coming around that corner. He's there right now. He said the weather's good right now, but we'll see when we're going to be about 2 hours from there, and then we'll see what it looks like. We poke our nose around it. But yesterday when I talked to them too, they said we wouldn't get a slip in Mackinac because of that sailboat race, but well, we would be on a list basically. Let's see.
But at the end of maybe better.
Yeah, it might be. I'm gonna call him in a bit and see. I got a helper helping me drive the boat. Hello, huh? You gotta push the autopilot button. So we're getting close to the backside of Mackinac, which that's not Mackinac Island right there, but we're getting close to it. We're coming through the channel there. We're going to come up around the corner and head over to Bay Harbor Marina. So we're actually going to go into under the bridge and over to Lake Michigan today. No, there's a race going on, a big race, a yearly race, and I think it takes weeks to complete this race, so you're seeing people show up all the time. And this is, what's it called? Boys Blank Island on our side. And what's it called? Pam keeps saying Boys Blank Island. Anyway, that's on our starboard, and then Mackinac Island, and now I can barely see the bridge, and that's the closest point of the U.S. and Canada where you can. That's a famous bridge too, actually. Have you guys been over it before?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a motorcycle.
Nice. So that is Mackinac Island right here. You can barely start to see it. And then Mackinac City is right over here to the left. And then that's the bridge. So all these boats have their different little characteristics, and this Bayliner, when I put the autopilot, when I lift the front end up to keep the front end from getting wet, the autopilot doesn't like it. There's Mackinac Island, you can really start to see it now. There's the bridge right in front of us. That is US and Canada. I think it's the shortest point between US and Canada. Anyway, so I put the bow down. I was telling Pam, I said I either gotta play with the windshield wipers or I play with the autopilot, or a hand steer or windshield wipers. Now when we get up around the corner here, I think the wind, we're gonna take a headwind. I'll probably have to take it out of autopilot and just hand steer it. A lot of boat traffic in this little channel right here. I probably see 15, 18 boats. There's a sailboat right here. And this is going, and you can see the ferries, yeah. And we're going from, that's Mackinac City, and then that's Mackinac Island over here.
We had 4 dogs, we had 4 little ones, we had them in bike, carrying the bag, table, trailer, bike goes in, we all went on the ferry. Over there. And we got bicycles.
Oh, when you went over there?
We took our bicycles. Flying around the island. Everyone wanted to see dogs. They were being hit. Now the one out here is very familiar, like
So this bridge here, that goes to Canada to starboard, and port, it goes to the US. And we leave Lake Huron here and go into Lake Michigan. A lot of sailboats. I think they had a big race, a big regatta race. But I think it's a multi-day. I think it's like Chicago to Mackinac race. Somebody in the comments help us out with that. Man, there's a lot of sailboats out there. We're in like sailboat hell right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I must see 20 of them. I bet there's 50 of them. But I think this is the big race, like the Mackinac to Chicago race. These boats are all going home now because the race was on, it finished on the 22nd. Yeah.
Thursday they're expecting upwards of 17-mile-an-hour winds.
Yes, we may have to, if we go, we're not going to go far tomorrow. video never does justice to the roughness. You know what I'm saying? Never. It's always rougher on the water.
Security, all stations, all stations, all stations. Use Coast Guard technology relay. Use Coast Guard technology relay. Use Coast Guard technology relay. For safety marine information broadcast concerning swimmers in vicinity of Mackinac Bridge. Shift and listen to channel 22 Alpha 1022 or 157.1 megahertz. Out. Approximately 25 swimmers will swim the span of the Mackinac Bridge starting from Mackinac City and ending at St. Ignace. Vessels transiting the area are advised to use caution. Brake. Car second off. Safe. Out.
This looks like big money here. Look at these houses, they're just massive. What's the name of this one, Pam?
I don't know that. I think so.
Harbor Bay Marina. Wow, look at that house.
That's something about there's a range points towards the Bayliner Road.
I don't even know what that thing is. Well, guys, the end of day 3. It's hard to explain where we're at, but it's pretty unbelievable. I've never been to this nice of a marina. You can see the Bayliner in there. There's Brian's boat right next to it. There's just some boats I've never even seen before. But anyway, we're here in Lake Michigan at Harbor Bay Marina. And we'll be here. The weather might hold us in here actually for tomorrow too. We're not going to suffer too much. Anyway, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. Remember, live life with no regrets. I do. And thank you so much for watching.